Meredith, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. It's been interesting times on the metals market. So thank you for joining us for this interview. Like to get your take about this company, EraNova Metals, which is a new company to our audience. Tell us a bit about the background of this company and why, what attracted you to join this company in the first place.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity. So EraNova Metals is advancing the Ruby Creek property in Northwest BC. So what we have is this 30,000 hectare district scale polymetallic system, but it's anchored by the Adanac Molybdenum Project. And so that was previously advanced through feasibility, permitting, EAC, and actually into construction prior to the 2008 financial crisis. But what attracted me was the disconnect between the stage of the asset and the company's valuation. So you have this project with substantial historical work, infrastructure already in place, and a near path to reestablish economics through PEA. But the market hasn't really assigned much value to that today. And so on top of that, what I think makes the Ruby Creek property particularly compelling is it's not just a molybdenum story. Across the broader system, we're seeing high-grade gold, silver, grades of 257 grams per ton gold, 16,000 grams per ton silver, high-grade copper, tungsten, and with very limited drilling historically. So effectively, we have these two opportunities within the one property, development through the Adanac molybdenum deposit, as well as this district scale exploration upside through the Atlan Discovery Project, both on the same property.
Great. You mentioned the Ruby Creek is a land package, a lot of opportunities and targets, and also have two main projects as well. Tell us a bit more of how you advantages of moving forward with in terms of your exploration or even developments of all these little different stages of project, how you're gonna manage those.
Yeah, so I'd say infrastructure and access are major advantages for us. So the property already benefits from significant historical investment. That includes roads, drilling, engineering, previous development work that was associated with Adanac Molybdenum Project. And so we see that as lowering both the cost and execution risk compared to a lot of other remote exploration projects in northern BC and the Yukon. I'd say from an exploration standpoint, having road access across a large portion of the property and right to the property allows us to move efficiently and deploy capital in the ground rather, or more capital into the ground rather than into logistics. And from a development perspective, it gives us a strong foundation as we advance the Adanac Molybdenum project towards that updated economics through the PEA process.
Yes, before we talk about the Adanac Molly project, let's talk about some of your recent announcement, right? You have a couple that have various targets. One is the porphyry that you identify at Ruffner, and then you also had a high-grade gold you mentioned earlier too. So two different targets. How are you? What's the potential there on two different cases? How are you gonna spend time and effort to continue to advance these targets there for your projects?
Yeah, I think what stands out most is scale and diversity of the system. So, we've got this very high grade surface results across multiple commodities and target types. That includes, as I said earlier, up to 257 grams per ton gold and over 16,000 grams per ton silver, alongside this strong copper and tungsten values. So, I'd say more importantly, these results aren't isolated to one small showing. They're distributed across a large intrusive system that's seen relatively limited modern drilling. And I think that what gives us confidence that there's potential for something much larger at depth across that broader district system.
And let's talk a bit about your, of course, the most advanced project in Adanac Moly. Heard about this company for a number of years in the past. So why do you believe to make that decision to advance to try to do a PEA? Is it because of the better metal prices right now? Any other reason why to do that?
Yeah, like our immediate focus is delivering that PEA, and that's really to reestablish the economic foundation of the Adanac project in today's market environment. Historically, the feasibility work was completed using a range of molybdenum price from $8 per pound to $21 per pound. And today, the moly prices are materially higher. And so the PEA will be the first formal study to incorporate updated assumptions along with the updated 2022 mineral resource estimate. And then at the same time, we're advancing the Atlan discovery in parallel. So really the goal is to systematically high test the targets, but while continually moving the Adanac Molybdenum Project forward on the development side. And I think that dual track is one of the bigger strengths of the company.
And let's talk about some of the capital structure and potentially shareholder base as well. So how much money have you raised so far since joining, and how you allocate these funds in terms of, because you have few projects on hand to advance, and maybe tell us a bit more if you have any sort of shareholder base and notable names that you want to mention.
Yeah, so we've taken a very disciplined approach to capital allocation since I've started. We did a smaller financing last August, and we've done a current financing, which is really designed to support the completion of the PEA and continue to advance the broader project. And then from a shareholder standpoint, we have a very supportive group of long-term aligned investors, and we've been very thoughtful about how we structure that next phase of growth. Eric Sprott is one of those largest shareholders. He's our second largest shareholder. And so that disciplined approach is something that we've really been mindful of and really trying to generate meaningful catalysts as we think about financing, particularly through the PEA, and then advancing the project from stronger positions as we continue to unlock value across the broader system.
That's nice to hear. My final question to you is always important for investors to know in terms of valuation of the company. Obviously, every junior thinks they are undervalued, but so as I will think EraNova is. Your market cap is pretty small right now relatively to some of your peers. So my question for you would, how do you bridge that gap? How do you bring this company to re-rate? What kind of catalyst those investors should be looking for in the next 12, 18 months?
Yeah, I'd say at today's valuation, we don't believe that the markets fully recognize the stage, the infrastructure, or the optionality within the project. So on the Adanac molybdenum side, you have this project that was advanced through feasibility, permitted, EAC construction with substantial historical investment already made. And on the exploration side, you have this district scale polymetallic system with high grade results and very limited drilling. So even looking strictly at the molybdenum resource, compare the companies that the company trades at significant discount to comparable developers on a per pound per mol of moly in the ground basis. So our view is that the market is assigning very little to no value to even the broader exploration upside today. And so that's the gap that we're working to close as we deliver the PEA and then start advancing on the exploration side.
Really looking forward to those advancing of your project and the news and updates in the next few months. So thank you for your time, Meredith, joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.